I have a new hyperfixation. This happens every few months or so, at least once or twice a year. Last year it was lino cut printing and carving out stamps and stuff, and I was obsessed. And now my hyperfixation, which is starting to like calm down a bit because this video is actually a few weeks in the making, is making little polymer clay things. What? I know. I wanted to get in there and make things like with my fingies. And you know, some people start off the new year like with different goals and resolutions. They're like, I'm gonna eat more vegetables. I'm gonna walk 30 minutes a day. I'm gonna try not to get too many tattoos on my face. The last one is not an issue for me. So as you can see, no tattoos on the face yet, but I do just, I don't know, resolutions kind of make me feel crummy because I have ADHD and I have a hard time remembering, what was that goal? Starting a new creative, crafty project. That's right up my alley. That I can do. And it turns out I really, really enjoy working with clay. So if you're new here, hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Deb. I'm a creative, crafty artist person in the great state of Ohio. We try to have some fun around here. I have to find escapism through creating stuff, and I welcome you to escape with me. Take my hand. Let's go. Let's get into the video and have some fun with our fingies. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a bunch of little things here, and I'll just go over what each thing is. So this, okay, the first thing I made was this mushroom. So this little guy is probably just for me. I'm just, you know, just messing around. It was the first thing I could make. I don't think too shabby for, you know, my first try. Not so bad. Then we have, what was the next? I think the next thing I did was this. Okay, this is gonna be a snail, but it's in two pieces because my idea was this could be like a worry stone, like one of those things that you know, can hold and it's rub your thumb on or something if you just need something to fiddle with. And then like when you're not using it that way, you can put the shell back on. I thought that turned out pretty well. I will say the antenna, very fiddly, very difficult. They're gonna be a little wonky, but everything here is gonna be a little wonky, and I'm okay with that. Like, come on. This cracks me up. So it is a moon and a star, but I was trying to make a perfect star, and that wasn't working. So I decided to make like a goofy dancing star, and I think we got it. It's kind of like it's just weird and derpy, and I enjoy that. I'll make her a pizza. It's like a worry stone, a squirrel face. And then this is a little bagel. And the last thing I made, I spent like 2.5 hours just making stuff like a crazy fool. And then I wanted to make an incense dish. I originally wanted to make like a big long fish, like a big sardine. Because you can't, with polymer clay, I think even with air dry clay, you can't have the incense burning direct. You can't have like the hot coal incense burning directly on it. So this could work for an incense stick. So it's a frog. He's very lumpy, very bumpy on a lily pad. And this is like a little, supposed to be like a little lily pad flower, like a little lotus, but it doesn't really look like that, and that's okay. This is for me. I will not care. I think the frog / toad is pretty cute. Yeah, it was a challenge. It was a challenge to make, and I didn't film the process of me doing any of this because I was just like doing it. I was just doing it in the moment. I wasn't thinking about filming it, but also I feel like watching me struggle through making polymer clay figures for 2 hours, maybe not the most interesting content. So I will probably just do a time lapse of me painting these. I do have others I want to make because, of course, if I spent 2.5, 3 hours putting all these together, then that like includes the baking time and stuff. Then obviously it's a little bit of a hyperfixation at this moment. So we're gonna ride the hyperfixation wave. It's what I do. Oh, and I'm gonna use my Arrtx acrylic marker set. I bought this, I think, last year with like holiday / birthday gift money. Yeah, I bought this big set of Arrtx markers, and I had yet to crack them open. I mean, we can swatch them real quick, but I don't know if that's super interesting. They look like they're supposed to look. There are really no surprises with the Arrtx markers. They're great. I do love them, so I do recommend them. But these are fresh, brand spanking new. Also, all the swatches are right here. So I'm gonna use these. I'm waiting on a spray glaze to come in the mail. I had to order it. You can't find it anywhere, and there were so many different varnishes / glazes that people say turn out really tacky and sticky, and I do not want that, especially if it's gonna be something that you're gonna like hold and, you know, be rubbing your thumb on if that's what it gets used for. You know, like, you don't want to be touched on. It's like sticky and gross. That's nasty. So I'm waiting on this glaze. It's supposed to work well for a lot of things, or varnish, whatever. That's enough yapping. Let's get started. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. Got little mushroom, little pizza, and I think my favorite is the little poppy seed bagel. It's, come on, it's cute. They're so cute, they're so little, they're so, makes me really want a bagel, but I can't have any because I apparently can't handle gluten. Anyway, that's enough sad stories about me. I am so tired right now. I think because it's like such a cold, snowy day. So I think I'm gonna pick up and finish the rest of these tomorrow. But I mean, I'm pleased with where we're at. They're pretty cute. The pizza, I'm not, I feel like I've done the best I can with that. I may have to give it another go tomorrow because cheese is apparently harder to color in than I thought. Anyway, that's it for today, but I will pick up more tomorrow. It'll be 2 seconds for you, so see you then. It's a new day and I still feel good about the mushroom. I think it turned out cute. I love this little poppy seed bagel. I mean, it's so stinking cute. So I feel good about those. The pizza, not my best work. I think I know I can do better than this. This is just, what? I think I forgot what pizza looked like. It doesn't look like this. So we're gonna try again. And then I'm gonna attempt to do the rest of these, maybe. I don't know if it'll all happen in one setting. So let's get to it. battery died when I was still working on our frog friend, but I'm all done. I didn't know if I would get it all done in one sitting, but yeah. And I think it turned out cute. Of course, I had to add I was just adding gold around the eyes, because like around a frog or toad's eyes, there's like a little gold. And then, of course, I couldn't resist keeping going with the gold. So I think this turned out really cute. This is going to be a very cute incense holder. I'm pretty proud of it. So I'm happy with it. This was a lot of work though. I don't know how people do this like as their full-time art thing, you know, their art career when they're working with polymer clay and making teeny tiny miniatures and stuff. I'm like, it's so much work. I've always had an appreciation for it, but then especially when you're doing it, I have an extreme appreciation for it. So, you know, when these people are charging the money they charge for their miniature clay figurines, respect it. Respect it. Respect the pouch. Respect the price, because it's a lot of work. Look at our little dancing star. Do 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 do. I think the pizza looks, whoops. I think the pizza looks much better. Much better than our first go round. So okay. Feeling better about that. Still love the bagel. I think the bagel's just gonna always have my heart. So let's show it off one more time. Then we've got our snail. So you can take it off and have it as like a little worry stone. It's got a little heart. And then when you're not using it for that, or if you don't want to, you can just put this back on. And then our little squirrel face. I was not entirely sure how I felt about this at first, but I think it's the best I could do, considering this is all I had to work with was just this little head. So yeah, but I think it's kind of cute. so yeah, here we go. We've got all our little clay buddies. The more I look at this, the more I enjoy it, I gotta say. I know there's no squirrel body to go with it, but you know, next time, right? There's always next time I make a squirrel. I did read that you don't have to do a spray varnish. It's just that I worried that if someone's using this like as a worry stone, like after you're rubbing it, is it gonna eventually, you know, come off? Also, these are acrylic paint markers, so they're kind of water soluble, and I'm thinking, you know, I just feel like it's gonna need some protection. These two are mine. Oh, look how cute they are. That's cute together. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. So, yeah. So last night was supposed to be the end of the video. But somebody got a wild hair and needed to sculpt some clay at like 9 o'clock at night, and then stayed up till well after 10 because we had to bake it. So we have some things to make. Why don't I just include them in this video? It just makes sense. One is for my daughter Amelia, who wanted me to make Trixie, our late cat. Very cute cat. We lost her in 2022. And I'm hoping I can do her justice. I really tried to do the face shape as well as I could based on photos. And then I will explain what this one is in a little bit, because it's gonna be a surprise. And it's weird, I don't know. We're weird in this household. So, all right, let's paint these. So I thought I could take a minute and tell you a little bit about our old cat Trixie. I nicknamed her the $10,000 cat because She just showed up at my front door one day and was like, can I move in? I mean, it was just like that. And it was 2 weeks after my cat Lucy had passed away. It was just, it was, I don't know, the timing was crazy. She just showed up. And her and Ralph never got along because she was just a little high strung. But it turned out she also, I mean, the reason I called her the $10,000 cat was because she was constantly at the vet. She ended up having hyperthyroidism. And it took us years to figure this out. She was like this super skinny cat, and she was constantly hungry and constantly eating, but she was also like kind of easily angered and not aggressive, but just like, her moods would be, she was very moody. Let's put it that way. And she was always hungry, super skinny, and constantly having diarrhea. And then it turned out it's because she has hyperthyroidism. So that's going to affect everything, like her mood, her digestion, the fact that she was constantly hungry but couldn't gain weight. It all made sense. And once she was treated with, we tried treating with medicine, then we had to do the radiation treatment. It was worth it because it helped her a lot. But I think it was just her body had been through so much in her 11-year life that it was just so much of a strain on her. But she was Amelia's cat for sure. They were side by side all the time. And it was a really rough loss for Amelia. So, losing a pet is tough. And then it's like when your first pet that you're like really close with. Yeah, it was a rough one. So I really was nervous about doing this because I wanted to do her justice. I really was like, this has to look like Trixie. So I think I spent anywhere from like an hour and a half to 2 hours because I was like doing it. I'd stop, I'd take a break, I'd come back, look at it, because especially with the eyes, I kept coming back and like tweet, like little changes in the eyes. And, I was even trying to get the back of the head, but I didn't have that many videos or footage of like the back of her head. So yeah, I really wanted to do her justice and do a good job because I knew that my daughter Amelia was going to I knew she'd be hanging on to this for life. So it was an important one to work on, and I wanted to do a good job. I think I actually did a pretty good job on this. It's about as good as I could get with it, and Amelia loves it, by the way. She was thrilled. Now, Mario Lopez. What is this all about? Why am I making Mario Lopez's disembodied head? It's kind of a long running joke between my son Charlie and I was making it for him. He didn't know this. I was gonna surprise him with it. Years ago, I think this may have been 4 or 5 years ago, he was in some kind of an art class at school, and they were doing collage work, I think. And one of the things that he found in this bunch of scrap paper and ephemera was a small cutout of Mario Lopez's head. And he had the smuggest smile on his face. And he just he came home with it one day. I'm like, why do you have a picture of Mario Lopez? And he's like, I don't know, I just thought it was funny that this random dude's head was in here. So I told him oh, that's Mario Lopez and da-da-da. And then I was like, he has such a smug look on his face. And then I don't know who started it. It was probably Charlie. Would stick it in a place that I was going to see. We constantly, it's like the Where's Waldo of this house. Where's Mario Lopez's head? We have been taking this little picture of Mario Lopez and hiding it and surprising each other with it for 4 or 5 years now. Now, the original Mario Lopez head went missing somewhere. It fell through a crack in the universe. I don't know. So I had to print out a new one a couple years ago and, laminated with packing tape. So we have a new Mario Lopez. But this, I was like, I will out Mario Lopez his Mario Lopez's by making him the most Mario Lopez head ever. So that's the story behind that. Okay, it's like a week later. So, my resin kit has arrived, my UV resin starter kit that I ordered from Walmart. And I had to get a mask. I'm in deep at this point. I didn't want to do resin if I didn't have to because, you know, chemicals, masks, it's a whole shindig. There goes the little robot. I'm a little nervous about just pouring resin like straight on here because this is acrylic paint markers, which I believe, I don't know about Arrtx, but I mean, I know like Posca is water soluble. So I'm not saying it would melt off as soon as you put resin on this, like before it's cured. Hold please. Okay, not that I think the paint marker is going to necessarily just like drip and melt off this immediately when you put the resin on it before it's cured, but I just want to be sure because, you know, each of these took a lot of work. If they, you know, like this, I don't even know how long this took, and I did a time lapse, but I'm gonna guess this took at least 45 minutes. I mean, like something like this would have taken a while. There's just like a lot of little details. So anyhow, just to be safe, I made a bunch of, they're all dropping. A bunch of little samples. I could have just done, you know, little blobs to swatch on and then cover with resin, but I decided, I'm like, well, why don't I just make like earrings out of, make some earrings, which would be stupid if they end up getting messed up because then it's like all that effort for nothing. I'm gonna paint these and then put on my big girl pants and try the resin. Want to hear something annoying? I was working on these and thought I was recording the whole time because I had paused it, and then of course I forgot to unpause. I can't even tell you how many times I've done that. Anyway. at this for like an hour and a half, and I have like one decent result. Other ones are still kind of sticky and tacky, and I have been putting the UV light on over and over again. Like each one has gotten like 15 minutes of like curing time under the UV light. I imagine that it's like a really weak UV light because it's, you know, just like a starter kit. It's still pulled away in all the spots, even though I did all the things you're supposed to. And to be honest, I don't really know if it's necessary. So I've done it with a few pieces. I did it with all my like experimental earrings, but I have like big chunky chunk from like it was laying down because I was only doing like one side and then flipping it, doing the other, and it didn't matter if either way I did it. So it's a little aggravating that I waited all this extra time to get like my gas mask in and this kit. So it was like a waste of time and money basically, but okay. Okay, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and I'm feeling less cranky. So I thought I would give a different technique a try. I think I'm just putting the resin on way too thick, and I'm using like these spatula things, and so I was watching a video last night to be like, you know, if I could find something. A lot of it was Ralph, knock everything over, why don't you? I was, what was I saying? I was watching a video last night. So I saw someone who, the way she did it, she was just like using her gloved finger and like just putting a super thin layer and rubbing it on and then hitting it with the UV light. And I was like, maybe that, I mean, that would be an easier way to cover the surface. So I'm gonna give that a try and see. Okay, so the eye earrings, there's a couple spots where they still feel a little bit tacky. So I feel like I have to cure them again, although I did it for like 15-20 minutes. I ran it through on both sides. So that's what I'm getting frustrated about. I'm like, why does it take so long? And yeah, anyway, you know what? I will take the moon and do a super thin layer on the backs. Look how derpy this star is, especially from the back. We'll try that and see. I'm willing to give it a shot. On the 150 seconds, which is loosely 3 minutes or more. I put the earrings back in face up. I don't think it made any difference. Okay, this still feels a teeny bit tacky. So let's run it through one more time. Give it another shot. On another note, I thought I should let you know if you're going to be doing this. This is overkill. My daughter's looking at me last night. She's like, why? And I was like, I don't know. It said I got to wear a mask and this and that. And I guess epoxy resin is the one where you need this. That's where I think you're mixing the two chemicals to make, yeah. I don't need this. She goes, I think you just need like a COVID mask. All right, let's check it again. It feels like it's, I mean, it's definitely dry and everything, but there is that little bit of tackiness to it. That's why I just keep hitting it again and again. I'm thinking about getting one of those. I saw that they have other UV lights that have the lights on the top and bottom, or like 360. And I thought, if I got one of those, I bet it works a lot better than this thing, which came with a kit and you know, has, I think, like 12 lights or something. It's not that many, so it's just not as strong. This side still feels kind of tacky. These feel the same. It's the world's weakest light, and you can only put it on at the most for 150 seconds, and then you gotta stick around so you can tap it again. I think these are about as good as we're gonna get. Yeah, I think it works. Derpy dancing star. Dancing with the derpy stars. Boop, 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 boop. All right, that's enough silliness. I think that's the answer. Putting on a very lean, thin coat, and then curing the heck out of it, I guess, multiple times. I guess that's the answer. So we can try it with our little squirrel. Okay, so I've run it through twice on the 150. It still feels a little sticky and greasy. Let's do it one more time. One more time. Okay, what was that, 5th, 6th, 7th time? It feels like it might have been a charm. All right, so here we have it. A bunch of clay things. I gotta say, I think the frog is probably my favorite. I still love the bagel too. So we made a lot of things, and I've got more up on the roster here. So more earrings coming, another mushroom. Yeah, we got a whole lot going on here. And I'm having fun with it. So look at all our cute little weirdos. I love them all. I love them all. I don't know if I'm gonna resin our frog friend or this. I may resin just like the flower. I don't know, because if I have a stick of incense and the ashes are falling down, it might behoove me to protect it with a little bit of resin. Might not be a bad idea. So maybe we will. Time will tell. Okay, we've reached the end of the video. You made it all the way. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of me too, I guess. Let's be proud of each other. I hope you had a good time. I hope you feel a little crafty and creative and you want to doodle something up or make something. And if you do, please let me know. And if you are like the ADHD hyperfixation type, please comment down below, like, what is your latest hyperfixation? Like, did you get really into like knitting or nail art or cutting your own hair? I don't know, but I'd love to hear about it. It's always fascinating. And then sometimes I hear about someone's thing that they're doing, and then I'm like, ooh, I want to try that, because I'm always interested in trying and learning new things. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't already, if you enjoy this kind of content, and we can have some fun together. All right, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're staying weird and crafty and creative, and I will see you very soon on the next one. Bye for now.